I actually hate that computer. All right, so my computer decided to check out again. I just bought a laptop adapter, so I'm using my phone now for the last 20, 30 minutes for this Supercoach. But yeah, so the comments probably won't reload, but they're talking about Ben Patton was the last thing I saw, and Ben Patton just no good whatsoever. Can you check on your thing? So he got subbed out for Bias. Bias is one that I could bring in for Bo Allen if Bo Allen doesn't get named the week after. So Bias, I think, is probably one of the best defenders you could bring in. Job security, hopefully, is okay because he looked to give him run and carry. So Bias is like a miss, but how are you going to start a sub? That's the issue with that sort of pick. John O'Carroll, Operation Baz. Yeah, definitely is Operation Baz, that's for sure. I've lost 20 odd people on my stream because that stupid computer's doing a restart. So sorry for everyone that left and has not come back yet. Yeah, if you miss Baz, you're probably trading a Jaden Short or a Perryman for him or something like that, I'd say. So yeah, Baz is a huge miss. Rookie coach, Brad, why didn't you force me to get Baz in? Well, you were the Cats, man, so I thought, if anything, I thought you had a better read on it, and I was just being overhyping the pick, if anything. So, yeah, but I'm really keen on Bias for Bo Allen after this loophole's done, if that makes sense. That's my game plan for Bo. He's by far the best rookie. Like, he was setting up plays, just taking out kickouts. He scored like 50 in 3 quarters. Bias is where it's at. I think all the other defender rookies failed, especially the eye test. Like Pryor, no good. Reed was okay. Reed and Trainer, based on talent alone, should keep their spots. But these role players, like your Pattons, your who's the other guy I just said, Pryors, they should have never been considered just due to their role is so boring and bland. Hate them as picks. I avoided the Patton pick. I just didn't pass the eye test for me the week before. Yeah, I feel weird being back on my phone for this. I got 82%. Make even. I couldn't even get. Yeah, right. That's what makes it hard as a Cat supporter. You're probably sitting there going, I'm getting so many mixed reports from Chris Scott. So lucky I didn't listen to a word of Chris Scott. Purely because A, I hate him, and B, I think he's a toss. But yeah, nah. When you're a Cats fan, sometimes you overthink things. It's like when you're a Tigers supporter and you don't pick primos from your team because you just get a little bit iffy about them. Like, geez, are you seriously going to really bring in McGrath, Parrish? You're probably only going to bring in Merritt because you know he's a safe one. Whereas if there's not a safe primo in the team you support, you probably don't really go there. And if the role is unclear by your coach and you listen to all the presses during the off-season, then you probably get worried out a bit more, rookie coach, I suppose. Sometimes it's better to know less than more. Weiss looked great, mate. Hopefully he gets a full gig. I think he will. They gave him something different. He's similar to a Matty Roberts. So I don't know if that hurts Matt Roberts' score or not, but he actually looked out for Matt Roberts, whereas Blakey just seems to want to take on the whole ground. So I think Bias helps Roberts, whereas Blakey he could be anything this year, but he just takes the ball and doesn't even look at any other option that's not long and straight. Doesn't want to cut angles, just wants to run straight down the guts and be a score assist. That's it. I have 0 Ashcross, so I have no Levi or Will. I faded both. This is your year, Brad. Maybe. Well, this is probably the most energy time I've spent in looking at rookies and primos than any other season, to be honest. Because for me, it's a bit of a. I want a bit of a breakout year. I want to finish where you guys want to see me, so you listen to me for the right reason, which is I want to just have that ranking, a respectable ranking. It's been a while since I've finished near the top 1,000, so we're going for credibility and pride here. Jono, on the Richards and Rosie picks, mate. Yeah, thanks, mate. I did post them as M1 and M2. I'll get back to your comments on Twitter later. But yeah, good so far, but still 20-something rounds to go and could be injuries. Yeah, it did. He played really, really crap, to be honest, at the start. They didn't even look for him. He got burnt a lot as well. The eye test, they were just like, he was always open and being the option. They just didn't go there. I didn't understand why. He's one of their best ball users. For sure, if anything, I'm very clear on my corrections to make, which is not. Yeah, well, that's the main thing. As long as you're clear on what you need to do to get your side better, that's fine. Geez, I felt like if we spent less time on Supercoach teams, yeah, probably. Yeah, our missus is probably more happy too because I just made mine watch 3 games with me, and I just told her the numbers of the players that were on watch. So I'm pretty sure she's not going to be happy. Maybe onto something cheese. Well, honestly, Bill, I think for my team, yes, I think I'm definitely a top 1K player this year, or else I wouldn't be playing. I think I've studied too much not to be, and if we come back to this at the end of the year and I haven't finished top K, I'd be disappointed in myself. Tatus was disappointing first controlling block. Yeah, it was, but he's used Tog Ben. Like his time on ground wasn't great. And he got going at the second half, so he was a hard one to read, to be honest. I think I'm happy to go him to Nod or him to Ashcroft, but I'd actually rather Nod Tatus to Nod. O'Driscoll, that is, Freo guy. He's like 199k. He's been in the system a few years, but he got CBAs, played along the wing as well. So I do get why you'd want to get rid of him, but make sure you actually get rid of someone you believe that's got good time on ground and a good role. Max. This is early for a trade question, but I'll read it out. Do I go Sin and an Essendon rookie to Fraser and a 99 current player? Yeah, potentially, but you don't really want to bring in a player just due for an injury's sake. You'd rather knock down the door from form, but probably. But I'd wait till you see your whole side score on Sunday and then go there, because there might be an injury trade on the Sunday match you need to correct instead. I don't know. I'd still give Sin one more week. That's the issue with this one. Sin, the rookies, you don't really need to correct straight away, because 1 minute they can score you 60. Let's give you an example. Let's say Taya scores 50 as he did this week. What if he goes 100 next week and then O'Driscoll goes 40 next week? Then what are you doing? That's my question to you guys. You got to be super confident that what you saw is going to be what they're going to put out for the next couple of games, or else you're just wasting cash gen, trades for cash gen, because all these rookies are going to make cash anyway. It only really is important if these rookies are on your field. Then it's totally different. Then yeah, you can get rid of them. I think par will be 2,000 build, boys, like 2,000 on the dot. Hard to tell with the ownership of these players, because if you antipoded short and day, you'd be laughing, which that's what I'm doing right now. And that's not being a mockery. It's just, Roberts did have a huge clanger. Yeah, he turned the ball over but from like 35 out, and then a goal was kicked directly from it. So it probably would have been like a 105 for that, because they kicked the goal in the end. So it was an ineffective kick, then turned to a direct goal. So he was probably a 105 for Roberts. I did forget that, actually, Jack. Good point. I'm going to make top 100. I believe in you, Max. Where you guys? Yeah, his points per minute were good. So that's right. If his time on ground was up there, we'd be not even discussing this. Whoa, man, that's risky. Watch him get injured and get subbed off second quarter, mate. You're wild for that. We already saw Logan Blight fail as that sort of option, and Sin, so I'm not confident. It looks like paying up for rookies in the back line just failed. Cheese, keen for Adelaide game tomorrow, hoping Dawson and Rankin go huge. Yeah. Yep, I'm anti-potting those guys, so yeah, hopefully Rankin doesn't hurt me. Sid Draper on the watch list. Yeah, definitely. I just think Sid's going to be able to sub this year. I've already got Henderson, mate. I've already got Henderson, so I back that judgment. I think he'll go well. He's going to be Neil Bullen's replacement, I reckon, when they recruited him. Max, wow, okay. Well, mate, if he gets dropped, that's easier for all of us super coaches to do that. Don't know, Ben. Maybe, but I don't think it'll be as high as you think because of the rookies. If the rookies were popping off left, right, and centre, yeah, then I'd believe that. I guess we'll find out. Cheese says, yeah, I don't follow. Jumped off Darcy Wilson earlier in the year. Yeah, you got to follow your gut feel with some of these picks. Sometimes you can't just follow the pack with day and short picks. You just got to go with your gut and antipod plays you never considered before. Yeah, well, if he gets dropped as above, it'd make it easier for me too. Hopefully it does then, so I can bring in Nod. I think Henderson will be sub. Oh, don't tell me that, mate. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. That makes me rethink my team a little bit. That's the case. I have to bring in Hewitt, but I think Hewitt could be subbed in or subbed out. Zorko may play forward with all the injuries. Thoughts? I think I'll just bring in some small forwards from the VFL. I think Zorko will be flying down back. He was even around the ball. I don't know if Jack's still in the chat, but he was around the CBAs a little bit. He was up on the wing at one stage, lined up on the wing. He played, like, his heat map would have been wild. I don't think we've got to worry about where Zorko plays. He's 36, sure, but he's just good wherever he plays. Good goal sense too. Most versatile player, just not ruck, clearly. Jack, if Rankin can go big enough, we'll make, about fading Smith. It would. But if Rankin goes 70, there'll be a lot of people downgrading to Baz. Rookie coach, need Rankin to go nuts. Yeah, absolutely. Bills is 2 rookies in defence, bad structure. No, well, if you're fielding 2, potentially, yes. But Bice could be a saviour. But you got best 18, so it wouldn't matter. Max, ranking may get a tag. By who? Who would you get tagged by, Max? Rankin and Gorn going to ruin my season tomorrow. Gorn might. I don't think Rankin will. Jordan was wearing Neil like... Wow, I almost read that. Yeah, probably. That's a tight fit. Michael, just from a footy point of view, hopefully Moira doesn't get injured. Yeah, I know. I don't even know how he got to 100 games, to be honest. That's crazy. Shizzle played a fair bit forward today. Wanting him more in mid. She's a gun anyway. I don't care where he plays. He could play on the bench. He'd still score for fun. Almost gets points for breathing in a good way. I thought he's probably scored whereabout he did for the eye test. I've left Bowen in my team awaiting the call on Henderson. Oh, yeah. Henderson's going to be iffy for us. I feel for people who captain Neil this week. Well, I kind of don't because they knew Neil was going to tag, so it's kind of on them for Jordan. Like, Swans are so heavily reliant on Jordan tagging. Is that always going to go to Neil or Zorko? The obvious one was Neil. So if there's a tagger in game, you're not going to captain a bloke. So I don't know. I feel like people that started Neil go, yep, his fixture's great. Sydney game I'm going to wear. I just went to the VC and we'll see him because no point. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm being a little harsh, but yeah. I hope people don't jump off Neil now. No point. He's got a good run after this. Max, I can't believe people did not pick Smith as a gun. Yeah, same, but I'm going to cop a lot of heat if I keep saying that because there's a lot of people that didn't pick him. I've already been giving them some shit. Dalen coming in next week. Yeah, no, it depends who for, Jono. Honestly, they went Neil for a C because it was pretty 148. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. That's why I don't believe in predictions. That's why I don't care about predictive Like, it's nice if they've got good scoring history against the side, but yeah, it's different when you look at the team sheets and see who's lined up on who. Zorks had us in the first half, Brad, had me nervous. No, I was not going to lie. We've got a group chat, huge group chat, and the boys were saying the same thing. And I said, don't worry, the kickouts will save him, and it did. People go too early in game, they get all worried. This is what shits me about some of the things I hear. Be half time and people are like, oh my God, this player, and then they like bang out 80 points in the last half. It's just wait till the whole entire game and not worry about this first quarter. Oh my God, he hasn't touched it. You've backed these players in the preseason for a bloody reason. So, yeah, people too reactionary in game. That's why I never really post anything until the game's over in case I go too early and look like a dickhead. Winhager to tag Rankin, I think. I'd love that, Max. Good shout. Probably short. Yeah, those two, Jono. I don't know. Don't know if Oliver will get tagged or if Trarker will get tagged. If I'm Giants, I'm tagging Petrarca because he's more damaging with the ball. Oliver just chucks it on his boot. Oliver's just a merchant for that. Oliver is in the like Taranto range where they just accumulate and just throw it onto their boot. Same with Basilenka. You can get these high scores just from bombing it and score involvements and whatever, but you want to like tag the guys that are good with the ball. Oliver's good at the contest, but doesn't even look up when he kicks. He's only good because of his price is so cheap. I wouldn't pay $600K for Oliver again. I'm only paying for him because he's value. Cheese is saying 100% will as above. But I guess we'll find out. Everyone's on him anyway. Short, a good pick. Got tagged in the third. I think Short shit, Max. I'm a Tigers man. He's done this for about his whole career. He'll go missing a quarter. He'll play a first half. Won't play the second half very well. I know the ball wasn't out end at the last half as much as it was the first half, but Short's not the guy you think he is. I don't think anyway. I think he's like anywhere between 85 and 95. I couldn't even tell you. I don't believe in Short. Never have, never will. He burnt me last year, so he pisses me off, to be honest. Rookie coach, Bedford. I think he goes to track first too. Absolutely. I could be wrong about a lot of things, but that's the whole thing about talking about this on a Saturday night. Ben Short would have turned up if it wasn't tagged. Stuff Short. Fair point, though. Well, did roast Nevitt early in the game too, Brad? Yeah, don't go early on roasting Mr. Cheese because Nevitt came back. 82, baby. Max, yeah, track to forward. Yep. Track will probably stay forward, then it goes to Oliver as a tag. I don't know. I guess we'll have to deal with that when it happens. Hopefully there's this tag someone like Rivers or something stupid. Bill's boy Jonas saying, how about both? Jeez, Oliver always comes a tag. Yeah, he does. That's why I'm probably going to sell him after his buy. Oliver's gun. The hate is real. Yeah, I do hate him. I think he's overrated, in my opinion. I still got him on my side, so I can't hate him that much. If I really hated him, he wouldn't be there, Bills. But yeah, maybe I'm just losing my shit. When do I not? It's all this testosterone. Petrarca is too big to tag. I don't believe in that. No one's too big to tag. To be tagged. You can be tagged. You can be worn. You saw Sarong and not that Sarong's big. Sarong and Brayshaw copped a fair bit of following. Cripper couldn't be tagged. Why the hell is Richmond trying to tag Cripper with McIntosh? McIntosh is like the worst player on our list. Wearing a headband, bloke's got no hair. Clearly he's got no idea what to do with a football. If you're wearing a headband with no hair, what are you doing? Looks like he's playing tennis. May as well play tennis. I hate Camden McIntosh. We're giving him CBAs this year at $240K. If you picked him up, hopefully it's only in draft and not real life. McIntosh scored like had 30 disposals in the preseason game against Collingwood and a goal and scored 70-something points. Man, McIntosh is never going to get love from me. Biggest passenger premiership player I've ever seen. I'm going to... If anyone in future sees McIntosh go big and says, should I bring in Macca, I promise you I will end my stream. Max, back short for one more week. You can do, but yeah, a lot of the crowd probably will jump off, but he might be a bit of a pod after that. Jonas, Bedford is too... Watch him try, Jonas. I'm saying this because I don't want him to tag Oliver now. No. Mac against Port. Let's see what Dan did. I know, that's crazy. Scored like a 130. What the hell? I thought about getting Houston too. Houston, he is no problem. He's unreal. Houston's just a gun. You pay for what you get. Anyone follow Dan Does Footy? His meltdowns after Carlton's losses have been pretty funny. You know who even has a better meltdown than that? Hippo. Now, if you want to do a live together, reach out because your meltdowns over Carlton are the best thing since sliced bread. I do enjoy him. Here's a meltdown when his players go shit. He's probably the funniest one to watch if you want to watch someone lose their shit about Supercoach scoring. He loves it. It's funny when he's like, that dog or whatever. Max, Crips, saw the tag and I laughed. Yeah, I know. Like, what the hell, McIntosh? Why are you trying to tag? Why are Richmond even trying to tag? Like, bro, just pick one. Who cares about tagging? You mean Little Rich Does Footy? I have no idea what's going on now. You guys are confusing me. Who's Little Rich? You'll have to watch the reel I sent you, Brad. All right, I'll watch it after this live. McIntosh said the headband was to keep the sweat and sunscreen out of his eyes. Well, hopefully he goes blind and never sees a football again. I just hate watching him. He can't kick. He can only mark. I don't even know what he's doing. I don't think he even knows what he's doing. He just... Uze, I don't know what's wrong with you, mate, but if we can sit down for dinner, my shout, I will pay you my weekly wage, which is not what you're on, but to just not play McIntosh for at least 1 week and tell me we're not a better football team without him. Absolutely, he's a funny bugger. He's got some funny stuff when he rants about players like me. We're same sometimes. Max, if Dan could do 130, Short can go once. Oh, fuck. If I'm all shorted out of this Short conversation stuff, Short. Well, for those holding Short, I hope he goes well for you, but just know I don't support the Short pick. If you had my bulk kick-ins, I think from far as I'm concerned, eye test wise, I'm pretty sure Voston has 50%. No, let's do it the other way around. 40% Voston, 40% Short, 20% Brown and Banks and players like that. So he doesn't got like, I don't know. I'll have to look into it more, but Short, they don't look for him as much as you guys think too. And Short was good when we had all those premiership players in the team too. We've got Cubs now, so it's not like he's got reliable players to kick to as well. We've got kids that are just, I think we had like 11 kids that played under 30 games, something like that. So Short's not going to be consistent just based on the players he's got around him too. Got to remember that. The club we need, yeah, Hippo and I, if we have a loss or Richmond has a loss and Carlton have a loss, we should definitely team up. We'll be so much rage, and we might even have to record at a rage room. That would be wild. Crazefit. Jeez, that's the guy who cracks eggs on his head. I've cracked eggs on my head before. I don't know if you know this. I've done some weird stuff. Not on a live. I can do it on a live. If you want to see me crack an egg on a live on the head, I can do that right now. I'm just pumped for anything right now. It means you'd have to just keep liking the video though. Max, who do I go if I drop Short? Have 480k, can have like 600 though. Zorko, I don't want to completely talk you out of it, but probably Zorko, Bailey Dale, or Jordan Clark, or Tommy Stewart was still decent. He spent 10 minutes on the first quarter on the pine because of a knock. Other than that, just trying to think who's around that range. This is a snoring. I don't know if you can hear that. Snoring on a live there. I don't know if they could hear that. I'll move to the other room if you want. Be that tired watching footy. She's a Roos supporter, so give her some trash talk about her Roos. They still haven't played well. It's okay, you can snore. They can't hear you on my phone. He said if Richmond beat Carlton, he would change his name from Dan to Richmond. So now he's known as Richmond Orange. Oh, I know who you're talking about. That's funny as. Mate, he's the funniest bastard, that guy. He's got funny TikToks. Hasn't made my night. I'm so glad I read that. I'm jumping off short and Perryman. That's aggressive. I like it. It's a Fraser and Max Holmes is the reactionary, probably. Yeah, that's very reactionary too. Yep. I forgot about Holmes. He went 130. I didn't even see him get that much of the ball, and just when I saw he scored at the end of the game, I thought, wow, go get a carton of eggs. I'll get some eggs, but I won't use a whole carton. I'll use one egg. If he didn't sit from the knock, would have been easily 110s from one double game. I agree, mate. I definitely agree. Let's tell him how that time I cracked an egg on my head. I don't know why I've done that. I've never done that on a live, though. I'll crack an egg on my head tomorrow if Gorney goes 200 in the middle of the live, just out of nowhere. I won't tell you when I do it, but if Gorney goes 200, I'll crack an egg on the head. Just to replicate Max Gorn's egg head. Yes, that's sound cheese. Eggs too expensive these days. Nah, not when you're a supervisor, mate. You can do what you want. Oh, man. I feel like at this point, Collingwood might draft me just because I've got enough tats for it. Shave the head off Gorn. Sorry, shave the head for Gorn 200 too. If Gorn goes 200, can I shave my head? Mm-hmm. Mrs. said yes, so don't know if I want to do that though. If Gorn scores 250, I'll shave my head, jeez. If he scores 250 tomorrow, I'm going to have to shave my head. All right, done. Okay, 250 is the benchmark though, cheese. I'll leave the beard then so I can resemble somewhat Max Gorn, just probably about 2 foot shorter than him. Do you like the 122K brother Elijah pick tomorrow? No, I don't. He's my fallback if Hendo gets named sub, I suppose. But no, I think he could be subbed or subbed out. Mate, we'll crack an egg, a skeleton, and hit the gym. I'm keen for that, mate. Definitely keen. Yes, do it. What did the missus think of your Luke Ryan trim last year? Were you around when I did my Luke Ryan? Oh, yeah, you did my hair for me. Sorry, I thought it was a different girl. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. What did you think of the blonde hair when I did it? Was it awful? You said you're not going to say while I'm on alive. So, yeah, she did it for me. So, it went orange in the end, didn't it? Went very orange. So, yep. I don't know. I do weird things like that. I feel like it's a player celebration. You've got to do it for a milestone. The missus just called it a midlife crisis. She just told me that I did the Luke Ryan thing with the intention of the Luke Ryan plus a midlife crisis that I was probably having. That's savage. At least I don't snore on a live stream. Wow. I don't know if you heard that. 250 total. No, not 250 total. If Gorn goes 250, I'll shave my head, and on my Thursday preview, it'll be shaved. It means I'd have to book in a haircut early. You'll do it? Won't make me look like I've just walked down the streets of Footscray to get it. Footscray's not a bad area. Do the egg in the bicep challenge. You got to squeeze it to see if you can crack it with your bicep. Mate, I could crack it easily with my bicep. Wow. I'm glad you guys can't hear what she's been saying to me. Geez. The review of the blonde hair was elite too. Yeah, I know. I was on that live stream with Steve for like 10 minutes, so eager to show him. He was wondering why I was like, had this cheeky grin. And all of a sudden, I just pull off this beanie and the yellow hair comes out. He's like, oh my God. I didn't even tell him pre going live that I was going to do that for the live. But yeah, there's a few of you that missed that. They had to go watch it again. And then everyone in the comments after that for a while was like, why did you do that to your hair? And yeah, Wiki Ryan just about did the double ton. SSP is I know. Oh, you got to get some of them wrong, and that's one I read wrong, obviously. The highest score in the last decade is 229 by Danger. Gorney did it 212 in 2019. All right, so I'm pretty safe from not having to shave my head, but I'm pretty sure he's up against who's he playing in the Giants? I've gone blank. Can we get that computer up and running again? I'll have a look at the lineup. Keith, my bad. He's going up against Keith, so he could go 250. And then I'm shaving my head, not that I want to, but I've said it now, so I put my foot in it. Neil's definitely not a must go. He's got a juicy fixture coming up, so no, he's not a must go, mate. Bouncy. Yeah, you think James is a big horse? I'd probably go, if you're talking Sicily or Dale, I'd go Dale easily. Dale's always been a pick I've always been fond of. Just didn't have the balls to start him because I didn't want to start too many injured players. SSP better give me some damn redemption next week. Same. Yeah, Keith, that's what I was thinking of. Not Chief Keith either. Anyone that knows Chief Keith, it's on him. Man, you guys all jumped on that real quick. Thank you. Need Baz to... Yeah, fair. You're going to have to do that in 2 trades then, Bouncy. Keith. Yep. He's going 200 or 180, I'm telling you. Well, lucky I'm starting in my side, but still banked TDK for my VC, hence why I've got Bo Allen, which was not a bad move in the end because there's no cash generation to really be made in that back line. I've got Trainer and Zach Reed, so Bo Allen was, better than having Patton, I suppose, and better than having Pryor. So the Bo Allen pick could pay off. I mean, if he gets named next week, it doesn't go -12 or something, you're laughing. Absolutely laughing. You know what I could do, though? I could restructure my side because Perryman's my emergency. I could actually trade Bo Allen to somebody else and captain Gorn and not take... I can actually do that. I can trade Perryman. He's named in my emergency and I could get rid of Bo Allen, but it means... I'm onto something here. That means I'd have to straight see Gorn, not take TDK's VC, and I avoid Perryman's 62. Interesting. What do you guys think? Would you, if you had Perryman on the bench and he's your emergency and you got Bo Allen covering him for the TDK loop, would you bring in a player for him and field him and then straight see Gorn and not worry about the Perryman 62? Why didn't I just think of that before? What the hell? Anyway, back to where I was. Faded Smith and TDK rough. Hopefully you got Nank or someone bouncy instead of your ruck. What's your R1, R2 bouncy? I'd love to know. Jack wanted to loop Zorko, but forgot. Oh no. You forgot to loop. It's like forgetting how to walk, Jack. You don't forget. Oh, Jack. There's a reason why they say J names are bad, dangerous news. Your snaps are pretty wild, so I never know what to expect. Geez, got to bank 140. Anything can happen tomorrow. Yeah, it can. But sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit, Cheese. You and I both know that. Should have captain Dunks. Yeah, you should have. You've been hot on Dunks for a long time. Rookie Coach 2, what are you doing tomorrow night? Do you want to go live after the Gold Coast and... Who's Gold Coast and West Coast game? If you do, just let us know in the comments below. Josh, Sudden Nank, TDK, and Gorn. What the hell? That's wild, Josh. Here's my C. I think he can go 200 or, 400. Bang. Wow. Yeah, okay, Max. That would not surprise me. No, you take 2DK every day. Yeah, but I'm tempted because of Perriman's gross, 62. Who would you bring in? I don't know. I have to look at my side. I might get it up on here. Can you type in Supercoach on there? I'm not a good multitasker. I'm the worst multitasker. Go Max, trust me. X and Gorn. He's going against NPC. Max, I love that comment. That's goated. Oi, J names are perfectly fine. Oh yeah, sorry mate. My bad. My apologies there, mate. I totally forgot rookie coach. I almost thought your name was rookie coach forever. I have some money in the bank to muck around with Bo Allen and Perryman. This could be interesting, lads. I might get excited. Jack, no, not that excited, please. No, I meant I didn't have any to weep with. Oh, right. Sorry, Jack. I thought you meant you were like, you've lost the plot, haven't played Supercoach in a while, you forgot how to loop. I was like, man. Probably would be busy filming my team. Okay, no worries. Fine, that's fine. That's all good. Flick me a DM if you decide to. Jonas, what happened to DCAM score 74? I don't know. I was watching the opposite game because Miso supports the Roos, so we'll watch them losing instead. DCAM was up against Sweet, so that shouldn't have been a hard matchup. He's literally going against a guy like they listed. Yeah, well, Gorn's going nuts tomorrow, barring injury. Could go Allen too, O'Connell, if you trust him. Yeah, but there's no point. It's only worth doing Bo Allen to a primo and restructuring that way. It means I'd have to take Finn Callahan out, put someone else in the back line, and then Finn Callahan turns into O'Driscoll and Laylor. I'll have a look at it. There's something spicy I can actually do with that money, but I do love Callahan. Or I could drop Oliver. What players haven't I got playing yet? I haven't had played Gorn, McRae, Callahan, Oliver, and that's it. So one of them would have to go for it to be something juicy. So I'll have a look what I can do, but I wouldn't do a rookie for Perryman because it wouldn't make sense. The 62 being emergency would probably be better than what the rookie would bring in. I'd have to send you a photo of my side to actually explain what I mean. Is what you going against the guy? Yeah. Oh, did they delisted? Right. Sorry, now I got what you meant, Max. If Darcy can go 160 and 3/4, Max can go 400 and get. Man, Max, I don't know what drinks you've been on tonight, but that is some wild stuff. That is a wild call. If he goes 400, I'll do a nudie run down at the Punt Road on Friday night. You're talking about after round one. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, as soon as the game finishes, West Coast and Gold Coast, I'm going to be doing a live stream, and then that will probably be my team review at the same time. I reckon I might just review my team once Supercoach sort of unlocks itself. Maybe I can do it that way. I don't know. But yeah, definitely going to go live, even mid game potentially. I don't know. The last game of the round though, for sure. Rookie coach, people care more about the live sessions than your team review. Yeah, well, probably. Jonas, I'm not going to say you're not wrong with that. But when your team's going well, they definitely care about your review because they're looking at the same common players you have and want to know what you're going to do with them too. But yeah, I don't know. Hard one to know because I actually get more subs off videos than live streams generally. Analytics tell you weird things. Max, but for real, Max will go 180. Yeah. Of course you're thinking that. That's Max biased. Because you are Max. Maybe that's Max going in the chat. Sunday Rage trades back then, Brad. That actually might be. Probably none personally, but yeah, Sunday rage trading videos. That's what we're going to call it. Sunday Night Live. Sunday Night Live would be called Rage something. Give me a title. Valid, Jonas. It's more about my schedule and when I have time to do everything. Yeah, that's right. I get that. Remember last year against Rowan Marshall, he went like 170. Yeah, I know. I remember that because I didn't have him at that stage too. So Max Gorn, probably one of the best ruckmen you'll see in a long time once his career's done. Who could I bring in for Bo Allen if I switched Callahan? Could I do something? I'm actually looking at it on my computer now. I don't even know how to switch my cam on this. I'm not going to try in case I mess it up. But I could bring in a rookie and field them. Who would it be? Hypothetically, I'm literally looking at this as we speak. I don't think I don't have enough money to do anything enticing, though, to avoid Perryman's 62. I have $5.95 between two players, one a rookie and a defender, and we've got like 3 games to go. So it could bring in like Elijah Hewitt. Let's give it a crack just for shits and gigs. Bring in Gimby for, what do you call it, for Shorty. Couldn't do that to myself. That's something Shorty would do mid-game. 473k I'd have in the back line if I didn't want to take Perryman's score. And then it means I'd have to trade at Perryman the week after or something, or make him D6. But 473 doesn't give you much. Willpower, does that give you willpower though? Players I can afford. In the back line, what have we got? Averaging. Oh, Lockie Ash. Oh, man. Lockie Ash is where it's at. To avoid the 62. That'd be ballsy. Average points. Go highest price to lowest. Sin's already locked out, Maxi. Duggan, yuck. Rivers, no, doesn't got the role. Worrell, no way. Connor Iden, no thank you. Ash is the only guy I can see. The remaining games, Salem's too injury prone to risk it at the biscuit. I think I'm just short on power money to do that. Sam Taylor for cash gen after scoring that massive thing. I mean, Sam Taylor could make a bit of cash on the side. It's really, if I wanted to avoid Perryman, I could bring in Sam Taylor and just hope that he goes nuts. But he scored like a 30 or something against Melbourne last time, I believe. So I don't know if I could do that. Or Lockie Ash. Is it worth it? Because it means I'd still have to field Hewitt, Hasty, or Hendo. So Perryman's score might not really get knocked out per se. Interesting conundrum, that's for sure. That's a big word for me. Big word for a big man. How much cash? I already said that. Back to 2020, he averaged 140. No ruckman will ever get that average. Yeah, probably right. Sin's locked out. Go short next week. Perfect. Bloody short. Ash is a good pick, low-key. I think he is too. He shares the kick outs. He'd be an ultimate pod. It means I'd be dropping Finn for him. Don't know if I want to do that. But it would be nice not to have Perryman 62 in the back line. And then you get rid of Perryman. And bring Finn in after Finn's bye. Don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'll share my screen tomorrow night when the computer has 50 million update this week, and I'll go through it that way. But yeah, could Ash could work, and then you could trade Perryman, give him one more week, then see after Finn has his buy what I can do to reassess if Perryman doesn't go large next week. I suppose in best 18 it wouldn't matter. Now I'm intrigued. Now I don't know what to do. Or you just grab the Sam Taylor cash and hopefully just get money. Max is the GOAT of Supercoach. Man doesn't know Gary Ablett Jr. But imagine if Rivers is given a role. Oh, don't do this to me, rookie coach. I'll be out of my mind. Rivers went as soon as I saw what role he had. I don't have enough money for Rioli, unfortunately. 440k, right? 473k is what I had. 473k to do a backline player that has not played. Rioli is 500. He's way out of my league. Keep Finn. He'll make like 150k. Perryman's B is 77. May as well hold for a week. No, yeah, I know it was more just to avoid the Perryman emergency. The emergency, I guess. 62. I wouldn't have to take the 62 if I grabbed another primo in the midfield. There's a lot you could do. You just never know the right answer until your team's finally locked down. You go, oh, there's my mistakes. But definitely will muck around with it to have a look. Don't panic. Everyone is best at it next week. 1 or 2 trades this week before they're guaranteed 3 next week. Yeah, true that. Also true, Bill. Maybe go Ash. Big call. Ash would be a huge call. Honestly, I don't know. I actually don't know what to do. So I can't fade Gorney. Gorney's too good to fade. You wouldn't pick a Marshall, Witts, or anyone like that left in the ruck. Gorney's going nuts. I'd be very surprised if Gorney doesn't go 160 plus per coin. You don't get 3 trades on early buys, do you? We got a boost, don't we? I thought you could use 3 trades by using a boost. Heads you go, Ash. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to avoid the Perryman 63 for 1 week and hold him. Ash or Finn Callahan. Ash went nuts in the preseason game too, actually. Man, I'm overthinking it now. Can you use a boost on the buy rounds? Does that mean you can use 4 trades in the buy rounds then? Is that what that equals? Because I know boost you can use 3 if you use the boost on a normal week. Wacky Ash is in 3% of sides. And he's a pod. Got some interesting. I wish I could share this screen, but I can't on my mobile. It doesn't work like that. Glad I don't got a Nokia. I wouldn't be able to do this live stream at all. I would hold Callahan too. Yeah, well, I'll show you my side. I'll show you what I actually mean because it makes more sense when you look at it. It doesn't mean I'll actually trade out Perryman. There's any more updates than to be done on that computer when I go live tomorrow. I don't want any more phone flipping. I got everyone back too. But yeah, Finny Boy, he's going to be a good pick anyway this year, I think. Yeah, true. I guess just going to have to wear Perryman's 62. Josh, yeah, you can boost 4 trades if you still have boost by then. Yeah, well, I feel like boosts are better for upgrading, not the correction trades, I think. On buy rounds. What else were the Supercoach scores? Let's get them up on my computer and I'll go through them. I can't share the screen because obviously I'm on the Now I went through the Collingwood and Port. Did I go through the North and Dogs game? Because once it froze out and crashed, I cannot remember. Have you got automatic updates on or something? Is your computer on automatic updates? Doesn't know. I don't know, Jonas. I just got my one converted to a webcam. So I just bought one of these, and this is why I haven't been able to do anything on my laptop. I bought one of these today, and it's a USB to C, so I can actually start streaming on my computer. But when I went live, I totally forgot about that. So I'll set up the webcam on mine tomorrow instead. Dale, I feel like I don't know if I went through the North and Dogs game, but Dale 127, Weber 120, and Richards 119. I think Matthew Kennedy is the one we might have missed here at 440 something K. 115, he was great today. He passed the eye test. Fraser 109, he was good. He was really solid. It's just those rookies on the bench. Sam Davison finished the game on the bench. I did. Oops, I believe I showed the wrong way. That's what I got. $20 is $20. Cleary's head knock was wild too. That was poor guy. Tristan Cherry 120. Nice if you held him. I thought he was going to go bigger against English, to be honest. LDU's 88 was. He looked like a 110 game. I don't know how he scored so poor. Sydney and Brisbane game. Share. Hey, I wonder if I can get the StreamYard from here. Will it let me do the same thing? I'm going to try some. If it doesn't log me out again. I want to share my screen, but I can't do it on this phone. But the Swans and Brisbane game. Dunks 173, Zorko 139, Levi Ashcroft 84, Will Ashcroft 73. Is that all? Will Ashcroft? That's disappointing for those went 440 to Ashcroft. That was probably based on his final series though. Rampy 109. No one go Rampy. We crossed this bridge last year. Blakey 105. I don't know why he dropped off. Heaney 103. He looked way better than 103. Grundy's just no good. Grundy's expired. He's 87. He wouldn't even be able to tie Nank's shoelaces. Chad Warner 78. He's just, I don't know if it's too much time up forward or what, but he's no good. Patton got subbed out 43. For any Patton owners, he's done. There's no way he's getting the game after this. He was awful. Geelong and Fremantle scores as well. What do we got there? Your computer's still lagging like crazy. Don't tell me there's another update. Cats and Dockers. Smith 147. Max Holmes 125 didn't look like a 125. DeConning 109 looked like a 109, but definitely got beaten in the hitouts. How many hitouts did he even have? 18 hitouts for SDK and 10 for Blitz. How many hitouts did their ruckman have? 39 to Luke Jackson. That's crazy. And 18 to Reedy. Reedy was a shocking R3 for anyone that used Reedy. 34 Supercoach for that 132k prig of a bloke. Jordan Clark 107, Strong 102, Brayshaw 101 with a tag. This computer needs more updates than a Nokia, honestly. Up the line's done well, mate. You'd be happy with that, Jack. Rookie coach, I was just trying to process that. Didn't you know that the updates need an update for the next update? And literally spot on with these MacBooks. It's like every time you start them up, they're good for like 2 hours and all of a sudden they just want to play games with you. You say, no, I want to do it tomorrow and they want to do it tonight. Luke Jackson 91, O'Driscoll 91. Who touches 11 kicks, 14 handballs, 2 marks, 4 tackles for O'Driscoll. Luke Ryan, he was one I really considered, and he just dropped off. He scored a 66 Supercoach, 13 kicks, 5 handballs, 4 marks. The role wasn't there for him. It looked like he almost played. It says he was a +1 on here, but he almost looked like he was more lockdown. I don't know what was going on there. If he was playing on Cameron a bit tighter, I don't know. Cameron's the kind of guy you'd bet on your house to kick for goal. Like, you'd happily go, yep, here's my house. If you kick this goal, I'm taking this one to the bank. Jezza looks so good. 4 goals, 1, and some of the goals he kicks is the best kick of the ball for set shot by a mile. I'm not a Cat supporter at all. I hate the Cats. Since living down here, rookie coach, I used to really love the Cats. I don't know if I told you the story, but they were my second favourite side. I got here, and then I went to GMHBA one day. It was a practice match, and they were just giving us so much shit in a practice match, and I just wanted to go out there and just start headbutting every second person in the stadium, because they were just calling ball after any Richmond player had it for 2 seconds. Then they would call for free kick if there was any spoils over the shoulder. Anyway, after that, they become my second least exciting side to watch, other than Carlton. Carlton and Geelong cannot stand. Hawthorn I can't stand either. But anyway, that's what happens when you're Tigers, man. Port. Yeah, I know. What the hell? Port's always going to fire up. Yeah, that is some alarm bells there for Port supporters. Very disappointing. But Collingwood always going to get a rocket up from 2. So what do you expect to? Like you said there, Shana, I think you're spot on. Hawthorn and Essendon, Will Day. Anyone in the comments actually go down the Will Day hype? Will Day was always going to get tagged throughout the games early on, but 77's just absolute poor, pathetic. Amon's a sneaky pod, 122. Sicily, 109. He's always going to be consistent. Dylan Moore looked better than a 94. Newcomb's no good. Newcomb's so overrated for a Supercoach side, for a Supercoach pick. In like a draft, he might be all right. Like, I've got him for draft, but classic pick, no way. Me, 78, what the hell? I was going to go there. You guys know where I were at that. Jai Caldwell, 129. That's a pod pick. Merritt, 89. Played a little bit forward for that game. Didn't like his role. I keep talking about role, but I think that's so important. I'm going to cop a lot of heat for some of these comments, but it's fine. Kako, 62. Relying on goals for his score is going to be annoying. Hobbs, 60. Pryor, 50. Yuck. Tyus, Elijah, whatever you want to call him, 50 points. Reedy, 45. Yuck. Ridley, 39. Typical Ridley. Ridley just the most injury-prone player along with Prestia. I thought they're made out of plastic. Yeah, same here, mate. Thank God I got him in my side as well. He looked so good in the preseason, I couldn't not. Adds up. My workplace have a corporate box. Oh, I bet you are. You're lucky. I can only get corporate box games to doggies games. Lucky I actually really have a soft spot for the dogs. Love Ed Richards, love Bont. It's one of my team names called the Bont Identity. So I can get corporate games to doggies, and that's about it. Boss will give me his tickets to Richmond games too if he remembers. Day is hurt, in my opinion. Really? Right, okay. I haven't seen you before, Double Dummy, but yeah, what do you think? Where do you think he's hurt? Interesting. Haven't bought into the Will Day hype. I almost did. I can't be completely critical of this, but I almost did. And I was like, I think I just want to wait and see this out and see what he does with the tags before jumping on the hype. I thought Rosie was a safer pick because we know Rosie's done something similar in the past to what he can do as of output, points per minute. Day's break even, not too sure on the break even of the day. He's at 490k, so it won't be too bad, but you still got to hope that he doesn't get 50 next week. I almost did, but stuck to my gut. That's a huge point there. Always stick to your gut, regardless of what other people are telling you. Even if you, example, if you don't believe, if you think your gut's right on short, and I've been giving you flack for short, then just back your gut. Don't have to listen to me at all. Gut's probably more right than wrong. Shoulder, okay, shoulder. Maybe it's from carrying the team, you reckon, that shoulder load? Copped a knock or something. Yeah, right, okay. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Big day knowing I could flip for a profit. Yeah, you're not going to get much of a profit now. 25k is okay, but is it worth a trade though? You almost might as well hold. Minus 35. Yeah, okay. Break even's good. Not sure now. Yeah, because that will be out of his system the week after anyway. So no good. This injury history that concerns me all day. You're a Hawks man, aren't you? FPL. I can't remember who you follow. I normally do. Double dummy. Yeah. Yeah, it's concerning the day pick. Because Ashcroft didn't go off, so it's not like you've got a whole plethora of options to go down to. Is this an awkward price? You hope you got 30 grand in the bank to go to a Rosie type or someone you just know that's got previous decent history. Trade 100% as a buy. I started guys like Day, Moira, ranking, etc. because I would never bring them in during the season no matter what they score. Yeah, fair. You better to start off those risky picks, and then if they go to absolute trash, then it wouldn't matter. No way. I didn't. How did I miss that, FPL? Well, I'd love to know your opinion then, FPL. Have you got short on your side? I'm not a short supporter. Are you? I don't know if I've crossed this before. If I have, I do apologise. My memory thought it was better than that. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on short. That's, start the risk. Yeah, that's right. You start the risk and then fix it from there. And if it goes off, you're laughing. Richmond Carlton. What did Richmond Carlton do? Oh, don't get me excited about the Richmond Carlton stats here. The Supercoach. I'm just going to go through them anyway. You probably think this guy's a Richmond Nuffy, and yes, you were correct. Ross 134. That's insane. He won't do that probably again this year. You wouldn't think. 2 goals, 28 touches. That was a breakout game for him. Nank 114. That's the Nank game, but Nank I feel like got towed by DeConning, just with his mobility around the ground. DeConning. His follow-up work is pretty elite. Vossen 101, Dow 100. I didn't expect that from Dow. Brown. So this is the issue with short too. Brown played well. So Brown scored an 84. Vossen scores a 101. So they take points away from him. Sam Banks scored a 75. These are players in the halfback flank as well. So they're not just going to use short. This is exactly my point about bloody short. They're using these types like your Brown. Brown's a good kick. We know that as TIG supporters. Sam Banks is a genuine good kick as well. So they're going to use him. Trezise is a good kick as well for the halfback flank. So people are like, oh, he's going to take Rioli's role. Get stuffed. We've got 3 other players that you're going to look to, and that's going to be Trezise, Banks, Brown, and even a 4th in Vlosten. So that's where the points will come off. I get that he was tagged for the 3rd quarter, but if other teams see that he can be taggable, isn't that a worry too? It's a bit of a, all right, if we tag short, then it's their main threat because you're not going to tag Taranto. He butchers it too much. And we noticed last year that they've stopped tagging a lot of midfielders and actually started tagging halfback flankers. So if coaches watch footage of short getting tagged, maybe they stick with that throughout the season. And I think Richmond want a bit of an even spread out of that Rioli's role. Everyone releases 10%, distributes the ball, and not always looking for short. And saying that, like, he can go from 105 from here on out, like a 105 from here on out, and I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not going to jump in shadows if he does. And that's just my gut too. Like, if you take the kickouts away from him, he had it 16 times. How many of those were kickouts? Look at it that way. That's the other half of the glass. Looking at it. Interesting. Next week, no Lynch really hurts us. Cripps 120. And like people are like, oh, yeah, he did that with a tag. But let's just be clear that McIntosh couldn't tag a fly. McIntosh is the most useless tagger. So they're like, oh, he even tagged, he got 120. McIntosh couldn't even tie up my boots. 106 for Chera. He had a good first half, then just went missing, but still scored a 106. So I started him. Walshy 81. He didn't have much of a preseason, so he's no good. Carlton are just shit. Doherty, no good. No, Doherty was good, sorry. He came on. He was better than most of your players out there. Seriously, he's what almost got you back into the picture. Doherty, no good. That's the stupidest thing I've ever said. Doherty was very good. People looking at the scores, like I just forgot that he only came on for a quarter and a bit. Nick Haynes, his hope was, why are Carlton recruiting GWS players? They always pick the worst GWS players and go, you know what, come play for Carlton. He just looks so fumbly. Camporelli looked better than a 56. Early on, he was a bit shaky. Cooper Ward, I don't know why the hell Carlton decided to get rid of Cooper Ward and sub him off. If anything, Francis Evans was the guy you're meant to sub off. That was just stupid. Mitch McGovern's hopeless as well. I don't know why you're playing Mitch McGovern. There's only one good McGovern, and that's Jeremy. And Motlop looks dangerous forward, but just can't get enough of it. Can't kick straight, clearly. Anyway, not too many relevant players for that, and I'm just... Poor Jonas. I do follow the teams, but from Supercoach point of view, I don't have short. Okay, interesting. I'm going to head off. No worries, rookie coach. All right, yep, sounds good. Let me know what time gym tomorrow, and we'll do a sesh. Enjoy your night, mate. See you then. Shortest kicking out to the kids, which will affect his fish. Exactly. Yep, FPL, agreed. Dunstall, unless you think your Tigers are going to be good, I don't expect most teams to care about tagging anyone. That's why I don't understand why we're tagging too. Like Uze's obviously got confidence in the kids, but obviously he thinks we're going to win more than most people expect. So maybe they've got a lot of belief at the Tigers, hence the tagging. I don't know why we've got Macca on the side tagging. I don't even know who could really tag. If I'm looking at that list anyway. Mansell? But Mansell you want up forward. Jack Ross isn't the guy you want tagging. Dow's too slow to tag. If I'm using a player to tag, I'm using Mansell, but I'm using him to tag a halfback flanker, not a midfielder, because then he can still play his role up forward for me. Wouldn't mind seeing Taranto do a bit of a tagging role. That wouldn't be too bad because you know he's going to always tackle and he's kicking shit anyway, so may as well try that. Which one I'm going to kick 13-4 every week. Yeah, that's true, but still, Jonas. I think you're just a Richmond hater. Just kidding. FBL, if they grab themselves and they get put under pressure, any kick he makes will them. Yeah, exactly. They will. They'll just his efficiency for his kicks will go under if they start getting like they were in the first half. That's for sure. It took him a whole half to get used to the game. Haynes 2 pathetic drop marks, and yeah, he did. He was useless. Haynes is gone. Haynes shouldn't play another game for you guys at all. Nick Haynes is great for Carlton. He's played 2 games in a row now. That has to be a record for a GWS player for the Blues. Yeah, I don't know what their thought behind Haynes was, but yeah, there's a reason why Giants didn't really care that he was leaving. He's 31. He's washed up. He was good a couple of years ago, remember? He was. But just, I don't know. Don't know what it was. Just looked shocking. There's some big games tomorrow anyway. Excuse me, I got a bit of a hiccup in the mouth going on here. Adelaide, St Kilda. Be a lot of players in that. Supercoach relevant. As you guys were saying, Rankin. Hugo. I don't know how many people got Hugo Garcia, but that would be interesting to see how he goes. We've seen Sinclair back in the side too. Don't know what his CBA is going to be like. So I'm not confident on that pick. Sanders, as we know, did bad. So I don't know. Hugo, I've never been a believer in. Maybe had him in my side a couple of times just to see what it looked like, but just was never convinced. Gut feel. Rankin, Dawson, their players I'm intrigued in how they do well. Peatling's still on my radar, even though I don't got him in my side. I'd be wondering, is he the third banana or is he fifth? St Kilda, I know people were hot on Jack Steele for a hot minute. Just never really appealed to me. McRae's the only one, and Nass. I want to see how Nass plays tomorrow. Sinclair's interesting. I thought about bringing him in the last minute, but I know he's pretty injury prone. He's coming off an injury at the moment anyway, and he's playing. But don't know. Hasty's on my bench, so I'll be looking to see how Hasty plays. He's on half back. And then what else we got? Got Gold Coast. No players I'm really looking at in the Gold Coast game. And they play West Coast, so maybe Elijah Hewitt I'll have a look at. Reedy, or whatever you want to call him, Reed. I want to know what his position is. Is it up forward? Is it down back? Because I know who's in the off-season touted to play down back, so that would be interesting. Not an option, though. He's 203 centimetres for Supercoach. Not ideal. Any other West Coast players? Probably not. So the Melbourne and Giants game, I think, is the most relevant game tomorrow anyway, with Gorney, Finn Callahan, Lockie Whitfield, Petrarca, Oliver, all those kind of players. So probably looking forward to the Melbourne Giants game to get a better reading of some of these players. How many players you left? Tracking for. So my live score is 1549. How many players left? We've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, including a flex. That's without taking the VC of DeConning too, by the way. I have to go back to my original site and actually tell you what it is. Give me 2 seconds. So bring in Bo Allen again. I didn't realise it's midnight. I'll probably head off soon. I can't believe you guys are actually still up right now. What are your projections in the comments there? Where's Bo? Bo Allen, bring in Finney Callahan. I had a bad feeling as soon as my computer started freezing before that it'd kick me out with an update. 33k in the bank left. 1759. My apologies, 1759. With 6 players left to go, so that can't be right. That's wild. 1759 with Oliver to go, Gawn to go, McRae to go, Flynn to go. Yeah, not bad. Should be a good game for me. It'll be definitely cracking 2,000 this week. No worries at all. Adelaide players are going to score big today. Yeah, technically it is today. Good one. Beef Pasty is a rookie risk for Saints. You reckon Hasty will be really? I reckon Hasty will be fine. I reckon he won't be sub. I hope he's not anyway. I'll have to restructure again. I've Garcia only because it's my forward line and it's the only line you can take the risk on. Yeah, that's why I took a punt on Dolan today as well. I thought I'd take a risky pick instead of Hewitt in case I had to use Hewitt in my midfield, and then all of a sudden Dolan scores at 26, which is fine. I'll work out the rookies when I need to before the price rises go up and see who I've actually missed generally. Sound Pound Pepper's a bit more concerning than anyone else on my field. 220. And Gawn C for me, that's huge. I have Dawson, Oliver, Callahan, McRae, Garcia, and Flynn to replace SSP's 18. Yeah, I've got Flynn to replace SSP's 18 as well as C captain. It's pretty good It's a very solid side, actually. So I've got about the same amount of players playing as yourself, I think. So you're already 220, or is that your projected for 220? Don't know if I read that wrong. And I actually pressed the wrong player. My score isn't through. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. West Coast. Where is Bo Allen again? So I've got 18 grand next week, so I've got nothing. If I need to do an upgrade, I'd have to trade 2 players. Oh, that's your projected. Right, gotcha. That makes more sense. I thought you meant you 220 of all those players left. I thought, wow, you're probably going to win the weekly prize. Because I've only got, well, Perryman's score hasn't counted yet. I've got Perryman's score plus Callahan, Oliver, Gawn, McRae, and Flynn. So I think I'll score about 200 and something. Sorry, 2,000 and 2,100 maybe? I don't know. Hard to tell. Projections are a little bit overrated. Let's see what it says for a projection now. But overall, I'm pretty happy with my side anyway. Like, my side looks really good on paper. My side says projected of 2,184 is my projected. If I project and I actually get 2,184, I'm probably top 1,000 for the week. I hope anyway, because a lot of people that you guys have, I've faded. A lot of popular picks I don't have, so maybe top 1K, top 5K, who knows? But there's rookies I definitely missed. I didn't get it all right. I definitely missed Nod. Is the one big one. I don't know what rookies I'm missing the forward on as opposed to SSP, maybe Kako. But that SSP game will come out with the flex anyway, so it won't hurt me this week. But it would have on if we didn't have if we didn't have flex, I would have been stuffed. And I didn't have Pryor and Reed on the field like most of the people did, or Patton, so I'm kind of saved a little bit. My back line is solid. Short, only doubt. Yeah, fair. I'm assuming you faded Perryman then, if that's the case. I think it'll be a huge talk on, like, do we actually trade first week or not? And if you do you just trade so you're not having to use a boost the following week? I'll go Smith and SSP to any rookie with a pulse. On paper, or if I had to. What's round 2 look like? Hypotheticals, right? Who do Collingwood play next week? They play the Doggies on a Friday, so you've got to make your decision pretty early if you're going to drop Perriman. That's interesting. When do Collingwood have the bye? Did Collingwood have the bye round 3? I've just gone blank. Let me have a look on my buys. Show bye round 3. Collingwood had the round 3 bye. Maybe you do trade Perriman based on he's going to miss one next week anyway. Interesting. I haven't been a huge advocate for trading first week. But you're going to miss a score from him regardless next week. And jump off him and you can get a pod that you like. So Perriman and SSP could go for me, worst case scenario. But can you find a guy around 414 to do? How much is Perriman? Let's have a look. I want a pod pick. If I'm going to seriously get rid of Perriman for 420, there's any players that popped off. Could do something like this. You could take out Perriman, put in Bice. Wait. Bice, does Bice play early? Bice plays last game of the round. Couldn't do it. Against Fremantle, so what happens if that happened? Let's have a look back on players. I love the power pick, mate. Just saw it in your comments just then. So what players around that mark have we got? There's no rookies from the back line that have come through that you could just pivot to that's not going to be a sub risk either. Let's go for 420, the best number in the world. Let's have a with that. 420k. And then let's filter it to defenders. I wish I could share my screen. My apologies, I'm on my phone doing this instead. Give us a like on this stream too for those still watching at midnight. Fraser. Perryman to Fraser wouldn't be bad. Or Perryman to DeConning. Fraser or DeConning? I mean, DeConning could get ruck roll, but how long for does he get it? Does Chris Scott change it after round 10, or do you just ride the cash wave while you can? Hope he gets to like 500 and then flick him off before Stanley or someone comes back like a Conaway? Or do you ride the Fraser train for the same price? It has the Bailey Dale role as well and scored really well with Bailey Dale on the other side. And he did a bit of midfield work too in the last quarter. And then you could bank a bit of money and upgrade SSP. Probably Fraser or SDK. Interesting. Who does SDK have in the rucks though? That's the issue going forward. Is who's he going to ruck against? So SDK, hypothetically, and then I'm going to go to bed after I catch up to the comments, I suppose. He's got Rowan Marshall next week. Then he's got McInerney and Fort. Then he's got Gawn, O'Brien, Meek, and TDK. Damn. That's not looking good. He's got Marshall, McInerney and Fort, Gawny, O'Brien, and Meek. He's going to get towed. I'm actually more... What's Fraser got off half back? Fraser's next lineup. Fraser. Well, we saw what the backs did against Collingwood for the Giants. So Fraser's got the Pies and he's got the Blues. Not a bad run, playing a bottom four side. Two bottom four sides they're playing. Just kidding. So he's got Pies, Blues, Fremantle, Brisbane, St Kilda. Breakout year. I think I'm more inclined to go Fraser because I think SDK you might get Chris Scotted instead of Brad Scotted here, and you might get a stupid Stanley or something, unless they do run blitz and SDK for the season. But man, you better hope your midfielders are getting hands to it or reading the opposition's plays. And then SSP, what forwards could you grab around 250 that you've missed? 250, let's have a look. Forwards. Sorry, guys, I'll get back into the chat in a second. Just out of curiosity, who have we missed here? Let's just do 276 in case you have a bit of cash. Surely not McStay. Damn, McStay. He's gone 118. Jack Silvani's gone back and he's got 100. Here's one you could do. Carlton are going to see a lot of ball on the back line, aren't they, Jonas? So he's scored a ton. And then they played him forward late. But do they stick him forward now that he played so well up there? Vandermeer had a one-off game. He's not going to score 115 again for the season. Hamling looked great, 76. I was considering Hamling, but he's just a little bit out of my price range last night. Do you jump on a cash train? Ride the McStay train, a key forward? Do you want to back a key forward coming off an ACL? Or do you go Jack Savani, who could play down back then and could play forward? Nothing screams out for that. SSP, you may as well hold a week. But if you want to dump Perryman and just see what SSP does the week after, because SSP's got Richmond next week. Power Pepper could honestly score 100 against the Tigs up in Adelaide Oval. We're not going to play well away. But Perryman, he's got the bye, so that's makes more sense. Anyway, I've talked too much about that. Lucky. Power's too expensive for me. SDK, as I discussed. SDK, if he goes all right, well again, might have to be a must. Yeah, I fade him as I don't trust Scott. Yep, very clear. That reason why I didn't too. Early rooks from Cats last year were not picked each week. That's also true. Here we go. Richmond getting this for Jonas. Richmond getting Kangaroos round 1 pick. They must be concerned a long way off. Yeah, I know. It's even with no Bont and several others out. Yeah, they look shocking. North Melbourne have no structure. After they get up to the halfback flank, they just got no connection. Inside's 50. It's either long down the line to Cherry and their 2 key forwards or nothing. I better walk the dog. You can wait on SDK until after his buy anyway. If it went big again. Yeah, true, because it is best 18. Yeah, that makes more sense too. I guess, yeah, we'll cross that bridge if we get to it. Because best 18 next week means you don't have to do all that fancy stuff. You could wait a week and then have all your trades and be up 2 or 3 trades that people have already boosted this week out of. So you might be ahead of the game if you watch Perryman go well against the Dogs on the Friday night. You might have saved yourself a trade and potentially the heartache of watching him go well again. So I wonder what his stats were in the end for. And Collingwood dominated, so you would have thought he would have got a huge score. It would have been different if Collingwood were on the other end of that and they if Collingwood had have got smashed, he would have been fine with that score. But what did he do? 7 kicks, 6 handballs, 4 tackles, 78% time on ground, 210 metres gained. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Perryman. Concerning for me still. I still would love to know how Ned Long got to 113. I'm going to have to watch that game. Didn't they? Round 0 game. Why? Didn't the round 0 game get moved? Am I going crazy? Am I going here? Double dummy? AFL, let's have a look. No, the game didn't get moved because they played. They just played. Let me have a look at that, actually. That's confusing because they played round 0, but when you look on your Supercoach, it says that they're not playing round 3. So go onto AFL website and I'll tell you. Sydney and Collingwood still have the bye round 3, mate. Hence why I'm saying you could move Perryman early. So anyway, but it's probably not ideal because Perryman seriously can go ton up like he did in the preseason against the Tigers. V Brisbane no early bye. They didn't play round 0. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Maybe you're talking about Brisbane and Cats. On Sydney refrating SDK. Yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. Right, yeah, I totally butchered that then. Double dummy. Now I find the dummy here. I butchered that completely. All right, well, I'll go live tomorrow night because I'm going to go walk the dog and then go back. I was going to say go back to sleep. I haven't slept yet. I'll do a live tomorrow night around 8ish after the Gold Coast West Coast game, and I'll give you a team update. And as we go through the live stream, I'll go to do like a quick review of my side and review the players and how I saw them play, and then get back to you in the chat from there. And do it that way, so you get a live thing, and then at least we can all see as a team when our sides get unlocked, and we can see our ranking. So thanks for that, Jonas. Thanks everyone. I'll catch you on the next. Don't forget to like and sub if you haven't already. Get me that 500. It's been good doing these lives. Cool. I'll try to catch the live. I watch 90% of the bids. Thank you, mate. No, I appreciate it a lot. Appreciate everyone that's jumped on, even the newbies or oldies. Well, you know what I mean. The ones that have been around on my channel for a while. So thanks again. I'll check you back in news tomorrow night. No worries at all, mate. Yeah, all right. I'll try to get them on the channel. I'll try to get one of them. If not, it'll just be a solo sesh, which is fine. But no worries, Yaron, as well. And no worries, Double Tummy. That's okay. All good. Nah, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Take care, everyone, and I'll catch you tomorrow night.